Now that we've designed one card and this associated card view we can tap on to reveal the answer and so forth, the next step is to build a stack of cards that represent the things our users trying to learn. 20, 30, 40, whatever it might be, some number of cards in here they can just flick through and learn as they go. And this stack will change as the app is being used because the user can remove cards. Say, oh yeah, I know this one, swipe it away, give me the next one, next one, next one, da da da. So we're going to mark it with that state. Now, right now, we don't have any way to add cards. We're going to add some UI later on just for adding cards. So for now, we're going to make a stack of example cards using our card.example static property. And helpfully, Swift arrays have this built-in initializer called repeating count. We can repeat card.example n number of times, again and again and again, and it means we can create the array very quickly and easily with a test array. And so in content view, start with this property here. At state, private var, cards equals array of card, and we want repeating card.example count 10. Give me 10 instances of that example card struct. Now our main content view, this thing here, is going to create a number of overlapping elements inside stacks. But for now, we're going to put in just a rough skeleton. We'll start with our stack of cards, placed inside a Z stack so we can make a nice overlapping effect with a slight sort of faux 3D styling to it. Around that Z stack will be a V stack, and right now it won't do much, but later on it allows us to track things like a time, how much time is remaining and more. Around that V stack will be another Z stack, so we can place our cards and our timer above a background image. Now, right now, these stacks will feel like overkill because they aren't being used too much, but it'll make more sense as we progress. The only complex part of our next code is how we position the cards inside the card stack, just so they have a sort of slight overlapping effect, so you can see what's happening here. Now, I've said it before, but it's so important, I'll repeat it again and again and again. The best way to write SwiftUI code is to carve off any messy calculation, any logic like that, so the handle is methods or modifiers or somewhere out of your body. In this case, we're going to make a new modifier called stacked, which take a position in an array along with the total size of the array and offsets a view by some amount based on those two values. This will allow us to create a sort of attractive card stack where each card is a little bit further down the screen than the ones before it. So you'll see them literally lining up how many you have to go. So we're going to add a new extension here in content view, but outside the content view struct. We'll say extension view func stacked at position int in total int return some view. So where this card is, how many total cards there are. Our offset is the double of total minus our position. So we know how many there are, how far through we are, that's our offset. And we can then return our current view offset, and we'll use this offset CG size version here. Well, we don't have to, we can just do offset with the X and Y, it's fine. There we go, X and Y, even easier. Offset for this one, the X is going to be 0. There's no offset for X, it's fine. But the height of the Y here will be offset times 10. So push them further and further down as we get further through the array. So if you think about array at position 0, would have our total value minus our position. It'll say, well, okay, we've got total is 10, position is 0, we've got 0. And then higher and higher and higher and up. So end up with them being further down as we go. Each one is worth 10 points. So it's a nice card stacking here. With that simple modifier, we can now build a really nice card stack effect using the layout I described earlier. So replace your current body here with a Z stack, then a V stack, then another Z stack. Remember, this holds a stack of cards. This holds that plus the timer, and this Z stack holds all that plus a background image later on. So Z stack here, this one will do for each 0 up to less than cards.count. ID will be \self here, with an index coming in. We'll then say, give me a card view, with a card being our cards array at index, stack dat index in cards.count. To tell us where it's supposed to be in the array and move it appropriately. Hopefully now you should be able to see our little blur effect building up nicely. There we go. You can see nice thick blurs, shadows where lots of cards here, plus the other ones going further and further down the way as we go. It looks really nice. I would say though, it does look very stark against this white background, and that's where we're going to add our background picture using this outer Z stack here. Now for the files for this project, if I look for project 17 files, here we go. You'll get these from your GitHub repository downloaded already. You're going to see background 2x and background 3x like that. You only want that one, not desktop's fine. Let's go away. You want these two here. Grab those two from the GitHub files for this project and drag them into your asset catalog now. So in here, grab these two and drag them on in. Boom. We're going to use that inside our current layout. So we have this first Z stack. That's where we want to have the background, right here at the top. We'll say use our background image, make it resizable, and make it ignore the safe area so it goes edge to edge. I press Command R now, and it should now look significantly better because our cards stack up with a nice background behind them. Boom. That's starting to look much more real and much more closer to the final product we'll actually have in our real program.